Habitat really was part of what I call a divine intervention in my life because everything else blossomed after I got my Habitat home. I'm a domestic abuse survivor, and at the time I found out about Habitat, I was pretty much in my car in a hotel at friend's house, trying to raise my kids, working a job here, a job there, but not in my career. But it was also what I call that character building lowest moment of my life. I physically made a list. I wanted to get my health together. I wanted to make sure I had safe and secure housing for my kids. And I wanted to go back to school. By the time between I applied and I got approved, I got a better paying job. I got that job that I was asking for, that I had put on the list. And in my mind, here again, you got to understand where I was. I said, oh, I'm not going to be able to get the Habitat house. I'm not going to fall in the income guidelines. And so Habitat is blowing up my phone. They're trying to get in touch with me and go to the next steps. So I just finally answered the phone call. And they said, Miss Abdul-Rahman, we're trying to reach you so we can go to the next step. I said, yeah, I've got a job, and the job that I have is going to put me outside the guidelines. And they said, and so what? You applied and you were, you did everything you were supposed to do, and just because you gotten to another station in your life doesn't mean we're not going to help you. No. And I'm telling you, I just sat in the seat crying. He was like, listen, that is not our mission, that if in the transition of the process you do better, we celebrate you. Come on and get in your house. I became a Habitat ambassador. In fact, I was part of that original group when it started. And so I started going around talking to people who were me. They were like, I want to do this, but I got such bad credit. Or I want to do this, but my employment is unstable. And they would go give me a whole spiel of how they really want to apply, but they already think it's going to be a big no. As I began to talk to more and more people, then I saw the success stories. When I tell you, being in a program that encouraged me to go to community meetings, that encouraged me to apply for any and everything that would be available for me, whether it was a grant for starting my own business or going back to school, it wasn't just about housing. It was about how do we get you to where your common goal is, to be a productive citizen of society. One of the biggest tenets that I love about Habitat is they push, don't just volunteer with us, volunteer with things that is important to you, mentor to the youth, find a way to get to that senior care home. And if you sing, if you just want to come in and read poetry, something, give back. And so they were pivotal in the pieces of the DNA that I had from my parents. They were very pivotal in bringing it out of me.